When first starting out on YouTube, it can be very overwhelming. You may be trying to learn how to edit videos or make thumbnails, or just trying to find your niche. If I could go back in time and tell myself what I needed to know when I first started making videos, I could probably list hundreds of things, but in today's video, we are going over the top 8 things I wish I knew before starting YouTube. Let's get straight into it. The first and probably the most important tip of this video is going to be to start now. And what I mean by this is, if you really want to start making content, don't keep putting it off, waiting months and months before you actually get started. This happens with a lot of new YouTubers, mainly because they want to get everything right from day one and try to perfect every last detail. The first videos you make are probably going to be terrible no matter what your niche is, but the sooner you start putting yourself out there and making videos, the sooner you'll get through the hard part of learning the actual video making process. I know it can be really hard to start something brand new like a YouTube channel, but once you consistently work on it for about 2 weeks, it'll start to become a habit and it'll be much easier to stay motivated on your channel. So that's the first thing I wanted to go over. Make sure you start your YouTube channel today, because if you keep putting it off, more time is going to pass so you could have potentially blown up on YouTube. Moving forward to the second thing I wish I knew before starting YouTube, and that is that growth is not linear, and there are a lot of ups and downs when it comes to growth on YouTube. I used to think once you got the ball rolling on YouTube, it would be relatively easy to maintain. That couldn't be further from the truth. Just because you gained 1,000 subscribers in August does not mean you will gain another 1,000 in September, and you might not even gain 100 depending on the circumstances. It can also be really demotivating when your channel is doing so well just a few months ago, but now you can't seem to get the same level of viewership as before, even though you're posting really similar content. What usually happens in scenarios like this is, for example, one video is going to clearly outperform the rest of your channel, and that video is going to get a ton of views and subscribers for a long period of time. Once that popular video dies down, you see your subscriber count is not moving as quick as it used to, and your channel has stagnated. So it's important to remember that your channel won't always be peaking, and there are a lot of ups and downs when it comes to being a YouTuber. The next thing I wish I knew before starting a YouTube channel is that 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours is a lot more than you might think. In case you are unaware, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours are the 2 objectives your channel has to meet in order to get monetized by YouTube. So until you reach those 2 benchmarks, you will not be making any money on YouTube. Now, most YouTube channels reach 1,000 subscribers first and struggle with the watch hours, but for my channel, it's actually a little bit different. I actually have more than 4,000 watch hours currently on this channel, but obviously I haven't reached 1,000 subscribers yet, so I can't monetize my content. The 4,000 watch hours also has to come during a 1-year time frame, so if you have a bunch of watch hours stacked up from 2019, those will not be eligible in trying to get monetized. I say all this because a lot of people think YouTube is easy money, but that couldn't be further from the truth, and only the really popular channels bringing in millions of views a week are making the money you might think. So if you're thinking about making a YouTube channel for the money, I can assure you it's a lot harder than you might think, and as I said, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours is a lot more than it seems. Moving forward to the fourth thing I wish I knew before starting YouTube, and that is how mentally exhausting it is. When you're constantly trying to make enjoyable content on a consistent basis, it can become very stressful depending on how seriously you take your channel. YouTube is kind of like a repeating cycle, because no matter what you've achieved, there's always another video to record, there's always another video to edit, and there's always another video to post. Sometimes after I finish making a video, I feel really good, and then I have the realization that I have to start thinking about what my next video is going to be, and it can be really exhausting, especially mentally when your channel isn't performing the way you want it to. Now, I know this video has come off pretty negative so far, but I do think everybody should give YouTube a try if you're passionate about it, and I do really enjoy making videos, but it's important to note that YouTube can be very demanding and it isn't always easy. This is also why I don't recommend uploading daily content, because even though it can be very effective when trying to grow your channel, you'll most likely get burnt out extremely fast and your content will suffer as a whole. Now, some creators can pull off daily uploads depending on what their content style is, but if your videos are taking a long time to make, definitely don't stress about daily uploads, because that will just add to the mental exhaustion of YouTube. The next thing I wish I knew before starting YouTube is that audio quality is much more important than video quality when it comes to any type of media. You may not realize it, but you are way more likely to sit through a video with great audio quality and bad video quality than the other way around. So if you are just starting out on YouTube, I recommend you buy a decent microphone before you buy anything video related. A solid budget microphone is the Blue Snowball Ice, which is something I used for the earlier videos on this channel, but I upgraded a few months ago to the Blue Yeti, and that's the microphone you are currently hearing. Now, I obviously don't recommend making any large purchases when you just start out on YouTube, because if you find out later you don't actually enjoy the video making process, you wasted a lot of money on equipment. You can usually get away without buying anything for video quality either, because if you want to make vlog style content, you can always use your phone. If you want to record your gaming console, you can always record off the console itself, and if you do want to record your computer screen, all you have to do is download OBS and you should be good to go. So audio is definitely the thing to invest in early on, and it's way more important than video. Moving forward to the sixth thing I wish I knew before starting YouTube, this might actually be the most important one, and it's don't do sub for sub or any fake growth methods. Many people think that doing sub for sub will help get their channel off the ground because they will have all these subscribers, but the truth is, none of these subscribers actually care about your videos, and they will not watch any of your content, which only hurts your channel in the long run. Two of the most important metrics in the YouTube algorithm are average view duration, how long a viewer watches a video they clicked on, and click-through rate, how often viewers click on a video they are recommended. What happens with sub for sub is somebody will click on your video for about 5 seconds, subscribe, and then never think about your channel again, which will hurt the algorithm down the line. Sub for sub is just a complete waste of time that you could be using to make better videos where people actually want to subscribe for you, and not because they want something in return. The next thing I wish you knew before starting YouTube kind of goes hand in hand with the previous one, and that is subscriber count doesn't actually matter. The only thing subscriber count matters for is getting monetized, which I mentioned earlier, but other than that, it doesn't hold much weight. Views are way more important than subscribers, and there are plenty of YouTube channels with 100,000 subscribers that get more views and make more money than channels with millions of subscribers. You don't get paid for the number of subscribers you have, so it's really just an easier way to describe the size of a channel. Obviously, it's not good to focus on the numbers too much, but if you are going to look at analytics, I recommend focusing more on views and not subscribers. Moving on to the 8th thing I wish I knew before starting YouTube, and that is coming to the realization that the amount of time spent on a video doesn't always equal more views. Some of the videos on this channel that I worked on for over 20 hours got significantly less views than some of the videos I spent 10 hours on. Now, this clearly isn't the case for all videos, and I'm not saying you shouldn't spend a lot of time on your content, but just because you spent a lot more time on one specific video doesn't guarantee its success. This can be very disappointing, because usually when you spend more time on a video, you have much higher expectations for the amount of views it's gonna get, and when those expectations aren't met, it can be very frustrating. So those are the 8 things I wish I knew before starting YouTube, but I'm actually gonna give you all one more bonus tip, and it's honestly really important. Just because a video doesn't get a lot of support in the first day or week or month doesn't mean it won't blow up later. The most popular video on my channel has around 60,000 views, and the video had around 300 views 2 months after it came out. Oftentimes as creators, we stress about the numbers way too much, but most of the time, if you just let the algorithm do its work, your videos are gonna get the support they deserve. So just to recap all the things I wish I knew before starting YouTube: number 1, start your channel today. Number 2, growth is not linear. Number 3, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours is more than you might expect. Number 4, YouTube is mentally exhausting. Number 5, audio quality is more important than video quality. Number 6, never do sub for sub. Number 7, subscriber count doesn't matter that much. Number 8, the amount of time spent on a video doesn't equal more views. And lastly, for the bonus, just because a video doesn't start out well doesn't mean it won't get a lot of views in the future. If you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel and this video overwhelmed you, just remember the most important thing I said in this video, and that's start now. I know it sounds basic, but it's honestly the most crucial thing you can do. Once you start making content, you can learn a lot of the stuff on your own, and experience is the best teacher, especially with YouTube. Make sure to drop a comment down below on which piece of advice resonated with you the most, and I'll make sure to get back to you. I hope you enjoyed this video on the 8 things I wish I knew before starting YouTube, and I'll see you all next time.